Okay, so I have basically used up most of my kit. I actually have these scraps that you see here. This is what I have left, and I usually keep a scrap pile to my left when I'm playing with the Kiwi Club kit. And I just keep throwing them back into the pile just to see how much I can create with just the one kit. So this is about all I have left, and even these little pieces that I have here. And then I still try to keep out the designer templates that I'm working with. Usually when I'm in a project, I pull on the same designer templates for the same line, just to simplify it and to make it more efficient. So I had a lot of fun using the designer templates that came in this Kiwi Club kit, and I'm sure I'm going to find many future use as well out of them. So for me, I created the two-page spreads, which of course you can see in the PDF, and then I had a lot of pictures left from a hot air balloon ride that we did, and we helped them put the hot air balloon up, and it was just so much fun, and our dear friend Beth. And so anyways, tons of pictures, because of course it's like picture heaven. Everything you see with hot air balloons just inspires you to take pictures. So lots of pictures. So pocket scrapbooking really was great for allowing me to showcase a lot of those pictures, but quickly also add them to my family album. So let me give you a close look at those. And oh, and then I was also able to make 2 cards. So I did the 2 cards, I did the 2-page layouts, I did some pocket scrapbooking, and now I need to finish off the scraps. But first, I want to show you these pocket pages that I did. Pocket pages are great. You can slide in your pictures, of course, but I personally love to add a little bit extra creativity to it, my own personal touch, and scraps, of course, are perfect for that. So that's why I did my layouts first and my cards, and then I did the pocket pages, just so that I was using my scraps at that point. So I had a lot of fun with the groovy arrow. This was really simple and easy to do, and basically I just cut the arrow off and then taped it onto the second picture that you see here. And then if you flip it, I just put in some pictures, and I only decorated this one pocket up here using the groovy flower, and then also the flower from the May Kiwi Club kits, which layered so cute with the groovy flower. I really feel like it adds such a fun effect there. And then I used the tiny border that came in this kit as well. So I only basically did that pocket and a little accent down here at the bottom. On this one, I used the sentiment cards that came in this kit and just added a basic border and then a piece of ribbon, and allow that to kind of be a title for this page, and that's what's fun. And then this one I just used a 3x4 card the way it is, and I cut the tag out here at the bottom and then dressed up a hot air balloon for this 3x4 pocket here. So very, very simple, of course. And then over here, same thing. I added those in and just dressed up a couple of the pockets, and Tiny Celebrate 5T. So you'll see that I used the same templates throughout all of my projects. So again, I just kind of keep the ones that I have out, and I just keep using them until I use up the whole Kiwi Club kit. Occasionally pulling on some other ones, but usually the mood matches whatever I chose to use on one project. I just change it up and use it on another. I'm going to go ahead and close these using our pocket stickers so that those top pieces don't fall out. There's nothing more annoying than when you're flipping through your album and the top pockets can flip out. Okay, so I know I've mentioned this in the past, but the hardest thing about pocket scrapbooking, well, not the hardest thing, but just an obstacle of it, is that when you go to put this in your album, right, this is gonna look fine, but to stop and end, to like have a bookmark, bookends to stop and end a certain event in my album. Personally, I like to start with a 1-pager and end with a 1-pager. So that way I'm flipping through it it coordinates with the 2-page spread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these scraps that I have left. This is all I have left of this Kiwi Club kit. And I did save a picture of us, of David and Maddie and Abby standing in front of the hot air balloon while it was completely up. So I feel like that's a really good focus picture. It really helps focus on what we were doing there. And then of course just the hot air balloons up in the air when we were taking a ride and being up there with all of these above the trees was so much fun. So this is going to be my start and end of this event, this story basically. So to help me get 2 more pages done, because I've already used most of the kit, I'm just going to pull in some white 12 by 12 cardstock, and we're going to build on top of that. And when you're playing with your scraps, like I have this circle that I ended up not using, that's really what you want to do, is just kind of lay them out and see what you can get use out of. And let's take an assessment really fast. I do have a piece here that I could probably get a border out of. Okay, so that would absolutely work. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Again, this is the same border that I used on another layout. So I'm just using the same designer templates to simplify these projects. And I'm just going to cut that straight so that we have that piece to play with. So when you get to playing with your scraps, that's all I'm doing is just laying it out so that I can see what we can get the most out of our scraps. I need to cut that again. There we go. Because I definitely want touches of color, and I have to make sure that I'm smart with the scraps of paper that I have left. And I only have a few scraps that are actually 12 inches of length, right? So that's a piece here. You know what? I might just design both sides at the same time. I think I'm going to. So let me pull that across here. And we're going to design both sides. Okay. We do have some 12 here. I have my pictures, and I'm going to have this be the first introductory and this be the second. I'm going to see what we have here. So I have a full sheet of this. Well, I definitely want the hot air balloons probably existing over here. I have a little bit of this. I could just do a collage like that. Okay. When I see pieces like that, that to me, this is when it goes and it's recycled. I can't use that anymore. Same thing. I just tear that off so that I'm not using all of those. That is 12 inches. So I could get a little bit if I wanted to cut a strip of that, which is not a bad idea. Okay. I have the cream, or the white, but that's really not going to help me with the white background. So now let me go to the designer templates that I do have. As far as sentiment cards, I have Every Little Kindness Makes the World Brighter. It's just food for thought, really, and flip-flop weather. I don't feel like this really has to do anything with flip-flops. Now, hot air balloons are very inspiring for me. They are so inspiring. The experience overall was just amazing. We had to get up really early in the morning, but there was something about that as well that was just so refreshing. Okay, the best part of today was, now I cut that out already, but I could use that top piece. All right, so now I'm gonna play around with some designer templates. Right, we have these fun borders, tiny borders. Now, I love this because what you're gonna find in this Kiwi Club kit is that these are really cute for a pocket, really cute on 12 by 12, and really cute on your cards. So even though often you see us using them on our cards, don't let that limit you. Pull them into any of the projects that you're working on, and I think that's what's so fun about including them in this Kiwi Club kit, to allow you guys to experience that You've probably seen us do it a couple times, but it's really is fun. And I do love the clouds. I think the clouds are a lot of fun. Now I'm covering this piece of paper up a lot, so I might want to pull that up so that it still represents. And again, I'm just pulling on the same designer templates that I had out from previous projects. And honestly, this could be really cute, and I could add another title or something about like lift or the sky is the limit, something really cute like that with some stickers, and I would of course pull those in. They weren't included in the kit, but could be really cute. I think something like that would be really simple and easy. It would be simple and easy. Okay, I love the kite. I didn't get much chance to use it. I'm sure I'll find future use for it. Makes me want to go to the beach and fly kites now. I might just have to so that I can use that designer template. It's been on my list anyways, so I think the kids would love it. So who knows? I might just do that. It's funny. It makes me think of the times when you like tell your kids to wear certain colors of clothes so that you can use the paper that you love. Now listen to me. I'm basically saying, let's go do this so I can use this designer template. Oh boy. Okay, that's kind of cute. Cute. I'll have to decide on that kite. I mean, I do think it's just so cute. Maybe over here. Okay. Now I have this touch of blue, which could matte my pictures, which we want to cut our pieces first because you don't always need to matte your pictures. So I might want to decide what my embellishments are going to be and then cut them out. So right off the bat, we need to determine here. See, and then like that, I would just rip that apart so it's easier. Okay, this pattern was so cute. Personally, I didn't have use for it, but I'm so excited to see how you guys use it. It was adorable. I loved it. And I think even just having it in green, oh, that could be cute actually. All right, so let me cut some of those pieces out. I need another pattern over here for that border. So I'm gonna cut that out of this stripe because I used up all of the other patterns already. So let me cut that out of the stripe and do that first. So being very selective on how I use my scraps of paper at this point. Right? And really when you get to this where you're using scraps, it is more of a piecework, like you're piecing it together, patchwork, than other times when you see us using the designer templates. Okay, I had the scrap a little bit longer, so I could keep it that long because I went ahead and cut it that, but I think I'm just gonna trim it. Now, if you do that, please be very careful. I'm pretty confident when I do that. I hate even showing it sometimes because I'm afraid somebody's gonna cut their designer templates. But just to kind of show you how I just try to be very effective mentally when I'm going through the work process. Trying not to overanalyze it is kind of my workflow, and see how it comes together. Okay, I definitely need to get another hot air balloon out. So I only have this little left of this piece. I'm thinking 2 stripes could be really cute down there, but it's hard for me to visualize it. So I'm going to just see what that looks like with my designer templates. So what if I did have 2 stripes down here, right? It would add a little to that page. I'm kind of liking that. I think that could be really cute. Okay, and I'm gonna cut those. I wasn't sure if I liked the clean look or if I wanted something down at the bottom. But because, like I mentioned, these are the only pieces that I have that are 12 inches, I want to make sure that I get those out. So one of them was 1 inch and one of them was 1/2 inch. So let me cut that out. So here's a 1 inch, which only leaves us with that much scraps left. And I'll try to get the 1/2 inch out of this one. There we go. slow down because when you get down to scraps, it can move on you. All right, so I can do the blue with the cute pattern. That's kind of cute. I can do this color. Ooh, that's very vibrant with the red. I do love that touch of red there. That's so cute. But I love having that pattern showcased there as well. Okay, we can come back to that. So the next thing I want to cut out is the cloud. And I have that same kind of cloud effect. Maybe a yellow hot air balloon is the only piece I have left, unless I do green. I do have this piece of blue, which I think the cloud will fit in. And I can do this color, or I could do that color. And then whatever one I don't do, I can do down here. Kind of liking this color. Okay, so I'm going to trace that out. I also have these couple circles. Maybe I'll do like a 1, 2. Do have this. Okay, there's no purpose for it. I mean, you could just use it because you have it, but we'll see here in a minute. All right, so I have a little bit of this red left. I do like having that touch of red. I think the only design I'm gonna be able to get out of this is probably that piece. Yep. So let me get a piece of that out so I can have a little bit of this red, pink, whatever you want to call it. Cute. Now I could add the other side of this. I could have it maybe come out on this side. Could have it overlay like so, and maybe have an arrow point to them. Again, I'm just kind of pulling on the templates I already have out, since I have them out. I'm just gonna use what I have. That could be really cute. Now the opposite side of this is this blue, which I think will work. So I'm gonna cut that and use that. Okay. So you can see kind of how I'm bouncing from page to page to make sure that I'm using up the scraps that I have and just trying to think it through at the same time, because I definitely need a start and an end to my pocket pages. So I just kept 2 pictures that I feel like would work and did those. And I accidentally, if you watch the other video, I accidentally cut the circle out and it didn't work, but I'm still going to put it to use on this layout, so that works. Okay. Yep.
Can I play Spider-Man?
Can you play Spider-Man? Sure. Shut my door, will you? Okay, so I have this template and this piece of yellow, and I loved everything that I cut out of this yellow. I loved everything. It was just so cute. I mean, look how cute it is on this card. So cute. So what I could do is maybe even have just that tucked in piece there. I'm gonna give that some thought. I'm gonna stick it there just so that I don't forget that's what I want to use it for. And then I have this blue. So if I wanted to use this scrap, I could just try putting a scrap there. Let it sit there for a minute unless I have another need for it. Okay, so let's see. I have these little pieces of scraps. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to use anything of that. This, possibly. I mean, if I wanted a piece of that, I can absolutely get it out of that. So we'll keep that on hold for a minute. I have an arrow here. I need to find what pattern am I going to cut the arrow out of. The gray doesn't really do too much for it. I do actually have this cute piece up here. that I could do something with. I'm gonna cut that out. Just gonna follow that line right there. Maybe put it up here or something. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and toss that piece. That's done. All right. I mean, I can do a yellow, that would be fine. A white, I mean, if I tied some twine around it, it might pop it. And if I did some pop-up, even though it's on the white background, that could work too. Let me see here. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to get that out of that. Green, I mean, I mentioned I haven't really used this, but I think it would be okay to use it here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use it here. So I think swim, all of those things work. And it's not like setting the mood so much that even though we're not playing outside necessarily in a park or anything like that, it still represents outdoors. So that's fun. I'm gonna try that. So now that I cut, see how I'm gonna have scraps from the scraps of paper. At that point, that's kind of my finished, you're done. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna keep that anymore. For me, all it is, you know, clutter. So I'm not gonna keep it once it hits that point. And that's just me personally, of course. Oh yeah, I love that touch of green. Look how cute that is. I'm gonna ink it really fast. I kind of like that up, but I kind of like it down, I think. And for me, it kind of works to cover that van. The white van in that picture with the arrow. So I think I'm gonna do that. And we'll ink this just a little to give it dimension. And we can put it up here. And remember how I was sharing with the Tiny Charmed? That could be kind of cute, a little accent there. Where is Tiny Charmed? Do I have it all, the whole set out? Okay, so the other pieces of Tiny Charmed, they have very cute little elements that are great for using scraps of paper, actually. So this piece was from Tiny Charmed, and then you have Fun Tab, this more bracket feel, which is a great little accent piece as well. I mean, we could throw that there depending on our scraps and just have another piece of color coming off of that. But I was thinking this little tab could be really cute here, right? I mean, we could use the smallest scrap of paper to just add that little piece of accent there. And we could put the date on that. That could be really cute. Something simple like that. I have no idea what that beeping is. But, so fun, really fun accents on the Tiny Charmed. I just love this piece. I think it's just a fun little accent color. I'm not sure I need it anywhere though. So, but I do love those additional pieces. So let's see what we can do with those. All right, so now let's go from the rest of our scraps. Now I did have this card and I have the back, so I actually have a little bit more to play with because I'm not going to be using the flip-flop. And so let me see, I'm going to pull this little guy up. No, I think that one's pretty much done, so I can't use that anymore. This, maybe. I could do half butterfly one color and the other half the other color if I wanted to. I could probably get this piece out of this, which would be really cute. So I'm gonna do that. Play with that for a minute. Nope, I think the best way is this way. It's gonna be really tight, but I think it's gonna work. actually really like that light blue coming off that darker blue in the background. Look how pretty that is. So cute. So, so cute. Okay. Keep adding layers, but I'm almost through my scraps. So I now have this little piece of scrap here. I think, yep, I could get that out. And I actually do like the light blue. It's actually dark on the other side, so I can choose either one on that. Let's see, so I'm gonna trace that out of this piece. The light blue or this side. I text the ones, or I inked the one side, but I think I'm gonna go with the light blue because I feel like it pulls it up, right there. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I still have my kite. What's up?
I made you lunch.
Oh, thanks. Put it right here. I'm in the middle of the video.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was Lacey bringing me lunch. She's a doll. All right. Blue kite. This is my only piece of paper left that I can absolutely get this kite out of. So, I think that's gonna work really great. I kind of wish I had the picture of Beth here, now that I'm thinking about it. I look at this thing and kindness makes the world brighter, and she was just so kind to invite us. I might have to switch that picture up from some that I had in my pocket page here, because I'm using that title, and these are pocket style, so I can grab one of these. You know what? I think I am. She is the spotlight for this story in my mind. Beth, if you see this video, know that we love you. Absolutely love you. All right. Okay. I'll figure that out when we get to that point. But it's basically going to go something like that, and then like that, right? Cute. Okay. All right, let's cut out our kite. Let's see how the kite looks. So I'm going to do this dark blue. I think it's going to look really cute. I can always dress it up with some cute little ribbons on that. That piece is done. That piece is done. We throw all these scraps away over on the side. And I still have this over here, and I still have these couple pieces left that I might be able to do something with. All right, so kite. I'm gonna cut you out over here on this side to make sure that I save pieces for something else. Like so. Okay, that is so cute. I'm thinking I only have just little pieces of this color left. Let's try cutting out some of these bows and seeing if we could dress it up that way. So, try it out. And then I'm just basically cutting in around, right? And then kind of guessing on that center piece, which I think is gonna work just fine. Yeah, that's cute. Even if the blue is showing a little, it's still really cute. And then that. Okay, that's super cute. All right, butterfly. Let's do you. Oh, I still have that. Okay, I have the hot air balloon. Hot air balloon. I mean, I have the back of this piece, but I want, you can't do them the same color there. I have this piece, or what I could do is the hot air balloon out of this piece and stick this piece behind. Yep, I think that's gonna work. Okay, so I need to clean this scrap of paper up. So I'm just gonna do a straight cut. And then let's ink the edges really fast. So that part's done. And slide that behind. Oh, that looks really cute. It actually really pops that other color forward. I mean, I still have to ink all of those pieces, so I'll come back to that. And I love it because look what also happened. This dark blue with this dark blue pattern down here, that actually pulls it up and around to your eye. So that's really cute. Okay, so then I'm going to cut the hot air balloon. We're gonna cut you out of this piece of paper, right? Then I'll probably have a piece to do the top. Again, like we did on the card. You just really want to make quick judgment calls. Like just, you know, don't overthink it, but just kind of say, okay, what can I do this color? These are my options, make a decision. I really don't think you can't go too wrong, I'll be honest. And I think I just kind of tell myself that. I know a lot of times some of us can overthink it. But I try not to. I try really hard just to say, okay, these are the options that I have in front of me. Which one? That one looks best or not. I mean, you know, it's perspective. Somebody might be watching this video and thinking, oh, I think she should have done the other color. And that's what's so much fun, is that each of our own creations are handmade, so they're going to be unique to us. And so, sorry, I had to ink those really fast. Okay, so there's the hot air balloon, but I definitely, now that I have this piece of paper, I'm gonna do the top part pattern, and I'm just gonna line it up because I've learned that I like the straight cut better, so I'm just gonna line it up on the edge and then cut that piece out or trace it out and then cut it. Okay, so now I have to do the bottom, the basket. It just doesn't look right. I think I can pull the red over again so that it's red. Or maybe I just need to do this color. Yep, so remember those quick calls that I was just talking about? I think I like this color. The only reason I didn't choose red is because I feel like it just got very, what's the word? Gimmicky, I guess, in some way. Like the moment I saw those two reds, I feel like it took away from my picture. I was no longer looking at my picture. I was looking at these two pieces. So I want it to kind of feel like the whole thing just flows together, if that makes sense. But that's where my mind went. So let me cut a little piece out of this. I actually have quite a bit of that left. Wonder if I have a cream piece, because who knows what I'll use that for. I do, I have this piece, so I'm gonna cut it out of this scrap. All right, it's time to finish up these pages. I keep adding so many little details, and I probably will keep, but I'm gonna cut our sun out of this scrap that we have. All right, I have tons of little scraps kind of all around me. I have this piece, this, I'm gonna throw those over in my little pile, and still have this. I do have pieces of this left. I'm personally thinking I want, because I pulled this green in, I do feel like I want a little bit of green up there. You know what I might do is just put a strip up there. I think I'm going to. So, well, or I could do a little dimension and do that. Okay, that's kind of cute. Let's do that. So I'm gonna cut that out of the green. Now I feel like I can throw that away. Okay, put that there. Just Just a little bit of touch of color and dimension kind of works. Let's see if it looks tucked. That's kind of cute. I like that. Okay. Now, as far as our butterfly goes, I have this blue, or a piece of that, or yellow. So the yellow pulls that up over here. I do like that. That won't work. That won't work. And I could get it out of that. So I have blue, yellow, blue, which pulls the kite color up over, or yellow. I like the blue. All right. Okay, so I adhered everything down and added just a couple little embellishments like some string here, and I did add a title over here, and it was kind of fun to pull out my stickers again, and alphabet stickers, and use those. I don't use them tons, mostly because every time you go to use stickers, you don't ever have the letters that you want, it feels like. So, but luckily I had some that worked. I will share one little thing that I did. So I had these stickers, which of course, again, you have to kind of see if you have the letters that you need. And I didn't have a T. I didn't have a T. So what I did is I just took one of the I's and my white pen, and I drew the line to make a T. So just a little insight into that page. Probably wouldn't even noticed it if I didn't mention it, but I wanted to point that out. So if you ever feel like you have things like this and you don't have one, think of ways that you can change it up to make it work for what you need it to. So, okay. Also, I did pull this over more to the left than I wanted to, so I'm thinking about adding another one just to kind of balance it a little bit more. Let me show you all of the scraps. This is all I have left, right? So I've been making a pile. Now, at this point, these are pretty much done. Not really much I can get out of these. So hopefully I have enough to get another one of these. Let's see. I could do it in green or the kite pattern because it's almost on the other side. How about this pattern? I could possibly, I'd have to trim it off a little to make that work, which won't be bad because then I could have two colors right next to each other. So it's just right here at this bottom, it's going to get cut off. Or I could do this pattern like that, which has that blue. So stripe, blue, red, I don't think it needs it, or the green. I didn't add much green onto this one, that's the only thing. So I could just do the kite pattern like that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with the kite pattern, and even though this is the one that fits it best, and the reason why is because I didn't really use this one, this color over here. I did use it on this other side. So maybe I'll just add another piece just for fun. Anyways, but I don't want this stripes. So I'm gonna cut this out of this pattern, and you'll see mostly just the little kites and the texture of the pattern, but I think that will work. And then I did add some pop-up to the other one, so I'm going to add a little pop-up to this one. We're done. We're done with that page. Okay, and then on this one, if you want to maybe, now I had the idea in my mind, only because I know I can get a little piece out of it, so kind of thinking I might. I did want to add some journaling. Remember I had this piece that I was trying to figure out how to use it for journaling. I think that I will go ahead and probably trace this out, but what I'm gonna do is keep it the length. So I'm gonna trace the bottom part and then just go up on those. Okay. And then we can tuck that in, and it's a light enough pattern that I can just write on top of it. Add a little journaling. That will work. Cute. All right, so I think all my patterns or my scraps of paper is done. I don't think I can get anything else out of any of these pieces. I mean, I am tempted to just kind of get something out of this red, because I wish I had a touch of red, but I need to add the date, I need to add journaling here. But I'm just thinking everything that I add at this point is just adding a texture that is not needed. I just wish I had some more of that red. That's kind of cute. Kind of cute. And you know what else I could do? I just had another thought. I could take that design and have the color kind of pop out down here. Let's try it. Let's try it just to kind of show you guys how much you can make out of your scraps. So I'm going to trace that out. Okay, so I cut out those couple pieces. I even went ahead, I forgot I had these circles, and I think I'm just going to use them because well, they're cute. Anything with polka dots or circles was cute. So let me add this down. I'm just going to tuck that behind there. And then I'm going to have that tucked in, but I'm only going to use half of it. And adhere that down. Okay, so now that we have finished those 2 pages, this is the scraps that I have left. So this is all I have left from everything I created with this month's Kiwi Club kit. And what I want to show you is what this is going to look like with the pocket pages inside of my album. Okay, so then when you put it into an album, basically you are bookending your pocket pages, and I find that that's just really good to be mindful of when you're using pocket pages. So what I do is I start with a 1-pager, I go on to my pocket pages, and then I use front and back, and then I end with a 1-pager here on the other end. That way it just gives it a nice closure to your event. So once again, these are the only scraps I have left, pretty much all trash at this point. And with this kit, I was able to create the 2-pagers. So I have this 2-page that I created, and I have this other 2-pager that I created here. And then I, of course, created the pocket pages that I just showed you with this kit as well. And then by pulling in some white cardstock, I was able to create 2 more 1-pagers. So this 1-pager and this one, and then 2 cards.